Hi everybody, it's me Flavio Miguel and welcome back to my channel. And in this video I'll be teaching you the easiest smoky eye technique that you will ever find anywhere. Without any further ado, let's just get on it. Alright, so like I said, the only thing that you're gonna need is an eye pencil and maybe one or two eyeshadows. But now let me share a very nice tip with you. If you are someone that wants to improve your makeup technique, then you want to work with an kohl pencil. An kohl pencil is gonna give you a longer playtime, which means that you're gonna have more time to create the desired shape that you want to and the desired intensity that you want to. But again, if you are someone which is already confident with your makeup technique, then you could choose to work with either a smudge-proof eye pencil or a waterproof eye pencil. In this case, you're making your makeup look bulletproof and extreme long-lasting. So let me explain a little bit about this technique. This technique is super simple. What you want to do is you want to use your eye pencil to create the bone structure of your eye makeup. In this case, what I want to say is you will be able to create the shading and the shape that you want to for your smoky eye only with the use of your eye pencil. And then afterwards, what you're gonna do is you're gonna set your eye makeup using an eyeshadow. And in this case, you can actually use any kind of color that you want to. If you want to go more ashy tones, you could go with blacks and grays. But if you want to, you can use even a brown eyeshadow or even color like blue, pinks, and purples. It's all up to you. A few things that you need to pay attention before we start this technique. When it comes to the shape of your eye, if you have a small eye, and you know if you have a small eye, I would suggest you to avoid going with the black in the waterline. But if your eyes are more regular sizes up to big open eyes, then you could actually go very easily with black into the waterline, okay? But again, it's all up to you. Alright, we are about to start our tutorial and let me just get closer to you, okay? I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's go. In my case, what I want to do is I'm gonna go black in the waterline and I will be very generous about it, okay? Very simple. You start from the lower lash line. You can do both eyes already and the next thing that you want to do is to blink your eyes firmly a couple of times. This is gonna make that the eye pencil is gonna transfer to the upper waterline, creating a very nice black lash line all around the eyes. You can actually see this already happening. Okay, once you did that, what you want to do it again, the same thing on the upper waterline, alright? Let's do this. And let's blink it again. Once we came to this, we're gonna start the easiest part of all. You want to start drawing a line on the upper lash line of your eyes, okay? Let's go for it. Try to get in between the lashes. Now using a blending brush, just gonna start blending this out. Be patient when doing this. A good tip about this is the thing, when you're blending out your eye kohl, if you're noticing that your eye kohl is becoming either grayish or green or you're not blending enough, it's because you probably need to add more of your eye kohl. When the eye kohl becomes too transparent and not as easy to blend, that's what's happening. You need more product, okay? Now it is actually up to you if you want to go more cat eye or if you want to do more round in the moving eyelid. In my case, I'm gonna try to keep it more oval, just in between slanted and round. You probably noticed that I have a fold on my eye. So what I'm gonna do is create the illusion of a lifting effect on my eyelid. So I'm concentrating in the outer corner, right there, as you can see it. Try to work from the outer corner inwards. There you have more control about what's going to become the shape of your eye makeup. And in my case, I want to create it more oval and less slanted. Every other time, just look straight to the mirror to see if the intensity are the same on both eyes, okay? If it's not, just either add more into the eye that you need more intensity or you blend it out to the other side that you think it's already intense enough. The next thing that I'm gonna do is just to create the same smoky, kind of darkish effect that I create in the outer corners towards the inner corner. Because it's a smoky eye, I want to create this smoky effect in the entire moving eyelid. There. So I'm using on my eye So for my own smoky eye, I'm using kohl, and as you can see, I'm having plenty of time to achieve any desired shape or intensity that I want to, without having to hurry or think, oh my god, that's gonna set and I'm not gonna be able to blend it out just the way that I want to. Next, we're gonna do the same effect just on the lower lash line. This time, try to get very close to the lash line. This time you want to change brushes. Instead of a blending brush, you want to use a more firm one. To keep the proportions right, one of the things that I like to do, especially when I'm doing the lower lash line, is to trace this line from the outer corner towards the inner corner, but instead of going all the way, I go only 1/3 of the eyelid, which means that I'm going to stop right before the iris here. But as you can see, I blended it out and I pull it inwards almost until the inner corner. One thing we need to pay attention, I don't know if you can see, but in between my lashes, I still can see a little bit of this skin coloration. And for smoky eye, this is a no-do. You have to keep it all dark, alright? So if it's necessary, go back with your eye pencil just to make it nice and even. Another thing is, don't be very worried about how low you're blending the eye kohl. You can always correct this using your foundation or your concealer. So don't worry about it, okay? You will be just fine. And one of the things that I like to do, particularly on myself when I'm doing smoky eye, is to create this very dramatic inner corner on my eyes, okay? Towards the brow. You can actually already see the difference between this side and that side. It's more sultry, it's more dramatic, but again, it's up to you, the design and shape that you want to achieve, alright? Another thing that I like to do with my own smoky eye is to elongate a little bit the outer corner. So what I'm gonna do is, I just start adding a little bit more of the eye kohl. As you can see, I'm not trying to make it look perfect, and now I'm just gonna elongate that part a little bit more. You can see slowly what I want to do with the shape on my smoky eye, okay? If throughout your process you start realizing that the blending is becoming patchy, it means that you need to add more of the eye kohl. From that moment on, I want to gradually create an even smoother transition from dark to light. I'm gonna almost reach the eyebrows, but quite not. You can see that my smoky eye is becoming more rounded. Another thing that I like to do is to connect that part with that part, because you can see there's this kind of curve going on over here in the outer corner. So I'm gonna just add a little bit of the eye pencil over here, and then using that flat brush from the beginning, I'm just gonna connect this. So once the design is achieved the way that you want to, and once the blending of the eye pencil is smooth and not patchy at all, it's time for you to use the eyeshadow. You can actually use the same blending brush that you used to build it up, the bone structure of your eye makeup. I like to press the brush into the eyelid so that I know that the product is on the right place, and it also helps me to avoid fallouts. Now, without having to grab more product, you're gonna use the brush that you have in your hand and the rest of the eyeshadow that you have in the hairs of your brush, and we're gonna go all the way in the inner corners, both sides, basically everywhere that you went with the eye pencil. Now change brushes and let's do the same thing in the lower lash line. Right now what I'm gonna do is just to create this very nice transition from the outer corners up to the brow. And like I said, I'm quite not touching the eyebrow. Almost, but not yet. So what I'm doing here right now is I'm just adding a little bit of my set powder in the skin tone just to create an even more soft transition from the dark area of your smoky eye towards your brow. You could also use a skin tone eyeshadow, but just keeping in mind that your setting powder would do. Now using the same setting powder, I'm just gonna go on the lower lash line just to create a nice transition from dark to light. Now, last but not least, what we want to do is you want to grab your highlighter, the same one that I used on my face. And what I'm going to do is, and I'm just going to go pretty much in the inner corner of my eyes, right there. This is going to give some dimension and this peekaboo effect just in the corner of your eyes. There we go. Now I'm only going to add some mascara, maybe some false lashes, and we are ready to rock. And there you go, instant smoky eyes using only one eye pencil and an eyeshadow. Beautiful people, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying watching it as much as I enjoy making it, alright? And I hope I was able to inspire you and get your mind out of your regular routine. Thank you again for all the love and support, and I see you next time. Bye bye!